Hello and welcome to Leader Reader, the video series where each week we pick one book that has the power to transform your life. My name is Palkowski and I love to read, and I am very much a firm believer that leaders are readers and that one book can have a huge impact on your life. This week our featured book is Fish, a remarkable way to boost morale and improve results. Fish is the story of the world-famous Pike's Place Fish Market. And in this story, the main character, Mary Jane, she is fed up and frustrated one day at work from the negative, toxic energy of her work environment and decides during lunch to go for a walk. And while she's on that walk, she comes across Pike's Place, the fish market, and discovers a completely different type of energy there. There are fish flying through the air, there are people hollering, laughing, engaging with everyone around them, and just having a great time. There is literally a crowd of business people that gather around to eat their lunch and just watch this fish market in action. They're just there to watch and be around the environment. The culture is so engaging, so friendly, and pulls them in. And really, in this story, a mentor named Lonnie helps Mary Jane discover the secrets that take Pike's Place Fish Market and turns that from just an ordinary, slimy, smelly business of selling fish to people into the world-famous Pike's Place Fish Market, a place that's super engaging, that people just want to be around. And really, Fish is all about the journey of discovering these elements of Pike's Place and implementing them into Mary Jane's business. Fish is really not so much a story of a fish market, but a story of transformation. It's about taking an organization from ordinary to extraordinary, from transforming to a new level, from going to that next step, to creating an environment where people just love to interact with, love to be around. And it talks mainly about business in this book, but really the principles apply to any organization. So they work perfectly for any student organization you're a part of. If you're ready to transform your organization, to make it a place that's vibrant, full of positive energy, or if you're just simply ready to become world famous, if you're ready to have something that other people are excited to be around, not just you, but you want to bring more people in from the community, people are going to be lining up at your doors of your organization, this book really is the book for you. So Fish has basically four fundamental practices in it that help turn this Pike's Place Fish Market around. And the first, and possibly what I believe is the most important, is choose your attitude. So choose your attitude is the first main component. And basically what it says that the work you may not get to choose the work that you do, but you can choose your attitude about the work you do. And really, that's what it's all about. And as the book says, there is always a choice about the way you do your work, even if there is not a choice about the work yourself. So that kind of just goes back to the principle of taking a business that people normally don't want to be around. You know, they have dead frozen fish that they are packing and shipping to people. Most times people don't want to be around that, but they turn this to an environment where everyone wants to be engaged, where they're having fun, they're enjoying their work. Most people, would just sit there and complain and go through the painstaking motion of doing their job. But this really they chose their attitude. They chose to be world famous, not just to be ordinary. They chose to go to that next level. So choose your attitude is a huge first step if you want to make that transformation. A couple of the other steps that they talk about is play. You know, the work should be fun. It should be engaging. It should be something that people enjoy to be around. So it's really about creating an environment of play where it doesn't necessarily seem like work anymore. The next third one is make their day. So this is really about that servant attitude, about when people come in to see you, come in to interact with your organization, what can you do, one little thing that you could do that's going to make their day. It's going to make them smile, just for a little bit even. You should be looking for those opportunities. Looking for those little opportunities, provide that little bit extra, that extra little degree to really bring that smile to their face, to make their day. And the fourth and last one is be present. If you've been following those leader readers for the last few weeks, you've noticed that that's kind of a constant theme in the last few books, it seems. So maybe it's something you should keep in mind for the rest of the year. Another section that I really like in this book, or another fact that I really like about this book, is because this is the story not just of the fish market, but of implementing the principles into her business. It really kind of walks you through step by step of ways you can implement these principles into your organization. In actually Choose Your Attitude, there's actually a little section where there's literally the steps that you can take to start implementing or making those changes in your business. From calling a meeting and speaking from heart, find a message that communicates the notion of choosing your attitude in a way that everyone will understand and personalize, provide motivation, and persist with faith. But the part I really kind of found was interesting, and I think can be beneficial for any team or organization, is kind of their outline of the way they go about figuring out how to implement it in their business. So they set team guidelines. So first of all, what they do is they break up the organization into different teams or subcommittees. So everyone is involved in one of the four areas. Their job as a team is to go out and figure out how they can bring that information back, what changes need to happen in their organization as a whole. Each team is given one specific team. So one team has Choose Your Attitude, one team has Play, one team has Make Their Day, one has Be Present. Each of those teams are then given guidelines to follow. The specific guidelines of how to follow research, and what to bring back. And they have a very specific report that they're supposed to give back that talks about the benefits of that principle and then ways to implement it into their organization. I think that's a perfect little example or perfect little framework for any change that your team may be your organization may be looking to bring about, whether it's planning a new program or implementing these four principles. I think that's a great way to kind of break up the work, give everyone a little bit of buy-in, and then bring back very solid, very concrete, actionable steps. So that's explained very well in detail in this book. This is a very unique book, and by no means am I thinking that my description and review is giving it justice here. It's definitely one that you have to kind of pick up and read. It's very fun, lighthearted, but very actionable and very goal-oriented type book. It's a very quick read. You're going to be able to sit down in an afternoon and you could crank it out, or if you do want to take time and actually go through each step by step, and think about how you can implement it in your organization, this book provides a good month at least of study, and that's implementing things at a regular basis. If you are ready to transform your organization into that culture that people want to be around, I highly suggest that you get this book and check it out. I don't think you'll regret it. You can grab your copy below by clicking the link, but if you haven't read Fish before, what I want you to do is, in the comments below, tell us what you thought about this book. So if you've read it, leave a comment below. And I also want to give you a chance to brag on your organization. We're talking a lot about how to improve organization, how to improve teamwork. on this blog throughout this Leader Reader series, but this is your chance to really brag on what is going right. So what do you love about your organization? Leave a comment below. And fish the Leader Reader book for this week. And until next Monday, go out and read.